Hello everyone. So the next question today I would like to answer is why awakening takes so long? Why do you think? Here's the reason. Why awakening takes so long is because you tend to believe your mind. That is the problem. You tend to always believe what your mind says. So let's say you have a teacher that is like that you tend to get the teachings or that you get instructions or advice to go in this journey. But then again, whatever the teacher says, you compare that with what your mind says. So you never really let the teacher's words come in. Honestly speaking, your mind is the distractor in the journey. It's like the enemy, it's like the villain. When we are watching a movie, it's always there's a villain that we get to fight with, like the hero. So in here, your villain is the mind. You again and again and again and again, you believe your mind, even if you have a teacher. Because your mind is the mechanism which keeps this whole illusion alive. Your mind's function is to keep this illusion alive. But unfortunately, you tend to believe the mind. So what needs to happen is you need to find something that you trust, which is beyond the mind. You need to let something comes in which is beyond the mind. It could be a teacher, it could be a teaching in a book form, whatever the way. You need to let that come in, so that will take over. But now what happens is whatever comes in, your mind is a filter. Your mind doesn't really let anything new to come in, because mind is just threatened by anything new. It wants to just stay in whatever the familiarity that it has been always living. So this is the number one reason, why it takes so long to awaken is nothing but because you believe in your mind. What needs to happen is you need to start questioning what your mind says. Your mind is the known. Your mind is the past. As long as you believe in your mind, nothing new will come inside you. I also had to battle with this whole thing, there were times that I had to tell myself when I was going in my journey that I had to tell myself that Dilmi is wrong, teacher is right. Dilmi is wrong, teacher is right. Dilmi is wrong, teacher is right. You know, I had to really tell that like a mantra, because sometimes my mind was really talking against what the teacher or the teaching has to say. Thank God I had the capacity to see that I tend to believe the teaching and I doubted the mind. You need to question the mind. You need to see the whole, you need to discover all the games of the mind, and that's what you need to discover. That's what you need to figure out. Your battle is not with any enemy, it's with your own mind. Your mind makes it so that this whole illusion will kept alive. Because where there's no, like recently I posted this in the community tab, if you see, awakening is where there's no mind. Once you figure out the whole game of the mind, the game over, checkmate. And you will see the reality as it is. What keeps this reality hidden? It's through your mind. So my message is for you all to, like, when you're listening to a teacher, when you're reading a book or whatever, the form that you use, listen to it without analyzing it, with totally open-minded. You don't need to believe it or you don't need to disbelieve it, Just be completely open. So if you can listen to with that openness, that comes in. Otherwise your mind always just never let the teaching comes in, because it's threatening to the mind. If these teachings takes over, mind starts dismantling itself. It's extremely threatening to the mind. Mind will make sure that the teaching would never comes in. And you also nicely believing your mind says. And that's the problem here. Do not believe your mind when it comes to spiritual journey. Don't take your mind seriously. Take your heart. Heart will guide you. Mind will always distract you in this path. That's why in the past, in the Buddha's time, I've heard many stories where murderers got enlightened, where prostitutes got enlightened, where people were like washing toilets got enlightened. But I never heard many stories that PhD holders got enlightened. Those university students got enlightened. Because these people are very simple and innocent. And when something is being shared, they just be there in the openness. Whereas a person who with a lot of knowledge would start analyzing what the other person is saying constantly. So nothing new will come in and get in contact with the truth. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I also have a degree, by the way. So like when I'm going in this journey, I like, honestly, my knowledge comes in between. I had to let go of my knowledge, degree and everything as well. And by letting go of that, I came to a deeper not knowing. And that's not a place that mind can understand. Because mind doesn't feel comfortable in the not knowing. It always wants the certain, it always wants to know. It doesn't like the unknown. So this is the reason why it takes so long to awaken. Sometimes people ask that question. Otherwise, if you let the teacher comes in, like, let me tell you first, like, you need to let first you need to trust this teacher, you know. I'm not asking you to blindly trust someone. Please don't do that. There's supposed to be trust because you're letting that person comes in. Once that trust is there, you can completely let that teaching comes in and take over. So your mind gets dismantled. Your mind will give you many excuses or you shouldn't start this journey right now. No, you should complete your degree first and then you can take care of the whole spiritual journey. Oh no, I need to settle down with my income and then I will take care of the whole spirituality. No, first I need to make sure that I have children and they are big enough or whatever. And then I will take care of this whole journey. I will start the journey. Do you see? Whenever you try to start the spiritual journey, your mind always come up with excuses. And you believe it. That's the problem. Thank God I didn't believe any of those things. My mind also wanted to put off this whole journey so that I will also start the journey in my 60s. But I never listened. How would you even know that you would be alive in the next moment? That kind of a very fragile life you have, and you're putting this, what is most important, to do it later. How can you do that? What is the guarantee that you would be alive in the next moment? Recently I heard, like, one of the girls, which was 22 years old, she died. I don't know what was the exact reason she went, and like, I honestly don't know the reason, but she's 22 years old. And there was another one person who reached out to me, and she was 35 and she had a cancer. And she was being told by the doctors that she will be living for only 3 months. She's 35 years. So I like, you can't put off this, trust me. It's a crime if you do that. So my message is, don't believe your mind. If you don't believe your mind, the journey is very simple. Listen to your heart and your heart will guide you in the path. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day and take care.